What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.,
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
and welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a show that covers sports across the valley and the Lone Star State. And before we begin today's show, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. You can find Apogee Comics on all their social media platforms and also on their website at www.apogeecomics.com. Grab yourself a next hot issue of independent goodness.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs
Exactly. Located on Indiana Street, is that correct?
in Brownsville, Texas.
In Brownsville, Texas, baby. Woo, Brown Town. So, man, happy holidays, everyone. Hopefully, everyone had a great Christmas or whichever holiday everyone celebrates.
Whatever you celebrate.
Yes.
Unfortunately, ours was a little sour.
Yeah, even though we did get great gifts. Yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, apparently it was Santa delivered us an L when it came to our football team.
We got football that day, though.
Oh yeah, of course we got a good chock full of football that whole day. Yeah, that's for sure.
With some hot chocolate.
Yeah, right, and some cookies. As you can tell, we had plenty of it.
Oh yes, Christmas turkey. Yeah, I myself Christmas turkey
and tamales. But man, what did I say about the Texans?
No, I hear you.
What did I say?
I was thinking about you as when I was watching it.
Oh, I know. Oh my freaking Keenum. What did I say about Keenum? Yeah, I wasn't too sold on him when they play against the Titans. I wasn't sold on him. I wasn't at all.
Well, I mean, it's because he's not CJ.
No, he's not. He's not. And fortunately enough, next Sunday we finally get him back.
And they need him. They need him back.
Definitely,
we need them to win these next two games.
Definitely. Man. That loss 36-22, that was hard. That was a hard loss to have.
But in your perspective, what do you think they should have done?
If they felt that he was very inconsistent when it came to quarterback, and then you could tell throughout the whole game a lot of incomplete passes and whatnot. I felt they should have rushed it more, like they did, and depended more on defense. Because when they played the Titans, like the defense and Singletary dominated. Like they helped that team. They carried that team to victory. And you were saying yourself, Singletary pretty much put a lot of the team's offense on his shoulders and they dominated. Yeah. They dominated. And I don't know. I thought there was going to be like another showing like that this past Sunday with the Browns, but it didn't. It didn't. You could tell they were wounded.
It was a tough. Yeah, it was a tough. Yeah, we had quite a bit of players also, out on injuries. I think one of the things that the coach should have kept on going was adding Singletary. That's one of the things that I definitely agree on you.
Yeah.
On that Singletary was left out a lot. He can't run it on every play, but you need to add him a lot more. He was your greatest success on the last game.
Yeah. No, he was. I felt like you can't, like you said, you can't depend on him all the whole time and whatnot. But make some couple of plays, fake out the other team. Continue rushing and whatnot.
Here and there,
here and there, yeah. Or put more effective in the defense. If you like Nico, if the coach would have seen that, how they did when they played against the Titans, how dominating the defense was, focus on that. You know what I mean?
Focus on what's worked. Yeah.
He's like, you know what? He did great, yeah. But even at that, during that whole game, Keenan wasn't even, consistent either. They had to switch him in between with Mills as well. Yeah, Keenan was in between, but his passes aren't as strong as Mills were, with Mills having a lot more power in that arm.
You think they should have kept him a little bit more?
I felt that this Sunday, if they were focusing on passing, because of course it's football, they should have just focused on Mills. That's me, the QB. Yeah.
I would have gone back to the running game. Me myself, I thought that they shouldn't have pushed it like we were talking about and discussing, adding the Singletary a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the defense also had a tough time. Against Cooper and Flacco.
Flacco with an F.
Yes. I mean, I don't know, man. That was, Cooper with the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know why we let him go too.
That you know what? I agree with you there. I don't know why they let him away that way. That was a dumb decision.
On top of that,
Yeah.
he's a double-edged sword because now he's with the Browns and he's very effective. He will be out this weekend though.
Oh,
He will
really?
be out. Yep,
No.
yeah. So that's for the Browns, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
you know what? It was wild to watch. The
Yeah.
Cooper and Flacco, man,
Mm.
they're making a lot of connections.
Dynamic duo when it came to that, and then we've seen that
Yes.
they destroyed the Texans team. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still agree the Texans had a tough time and they could have gotten that win.
Yeah.
It came out from them. I think Singletary would have definitely been a difference maker.
Yeah. Well, on to another sad note. How about them Cowboys, brother?
I still believe and I see that they're playing very conservative.
Mhm.
But nonetheless, those mistakes you cannot make. That fumble at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, and it was an awesome drive. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about, finally they're gonna get a touchdown, and nope, butterfingers.
It started with Pollard not getting that touchdown and getting stopped, and then right there with that fumble at the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
and that turnover was big, and then that interception just kept us very, very, very down. Our momentum down. At the end, we came back. But I think we went back to being conservative and not pushing. The coach wanted to push because we saw that we were winning, and I felt that could have cost us a player. Because even Stefan at close to the end of the game,
that
was a close call.
Oh yeah,
that was a close call.
It was. I seen that too. I was like, otro.
That collide, I was like, no, that's the last thing we need.
Yeah.
So I still believe they're playing conservative. But I will say that again, the refs made a lot of bad calls.
There were a lot of bad calls, yeah.
And can we start something for Michael Parsons? Free him, please. Free Michael Parsons, please. Get those calls. Get those holding calls. Free Michael Parsons, please.
No, not only that. What about the one that against Lamb? They had him by the underwear.
Oh my
They
God.
practically undressed him on field.
But I guess the refs. Well, you know what? It was a tough calling game. We made mistakes ourselves, and I mean, like I said, if we're playing conservative, it's not going to help.
No.
But you know what? For the long game, keep our players healthy. We're in the playoffs, and as a fan, try as much to keep it going and try to go ahead and see. I know it's tough to watch.
Yeah.
Tough to watch, but you know what? It's gonna be all worth it at the end and those playoffs.
Yeah. Well, look, I was reading a lot of articles after this game how the Cowboys that they always have that consistency of like dominating throughout the whole season, and these games were the ones that choke. Certain journalists always trolling fans of whatnot. Do you feel like I was reading one today that they practically said that the Cowboys are frauds, that they're not America's team?
Look, I mean,
what are your thoughts on that, man?
With every loss, of course, it opens up the windows. But like I said, I mean, we were talking about it earlier and we were discussing it.
Yeah.
Look at the 49ers and Purdy.
Yeah.
Look, they lost.
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what? I don't hear them I don't hear any news article, anybody saying anything that he's a fake or he's not.
Yeah.
And honestly, he's not a difference maker.
Yeah.
He just protects the ball. That's all he does. He protects the ball, and he makes throws when they're open. I think he's not a difference maker, but he just does it. And people, I mean, they don't give him the same criticism as the Cowboys, of course.
Yeah.
We lose one game, we're like frauds.
Yeah.
The 49ers lose one, they'll be okay. They'll be fine.
Yeah. Now they're the number one seed team, blah, 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 blah.
They'll be fine.
Not pretty my butt. Right? That's all
exactly. But you know what? It's the Ravens. I mean, that's another going back to that.
Yeah, bravo to the Ravens.
Bravo to the
Ravens. Yes.
And in all honesty, not only because it's so it can sting. Yeah,
they're not a Texas team, but they defeated a Texas enemy.
No, but very bravo, because they, even with that injury, that crucial injury, this late.
Oh, that knee, right? Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about it. That's how bad it was.
Oh, it was horrible to watch. Horrible to watch. You watch the
I feel
video. I
that.
mean, this poor man watching this, but
The legs shouldn't bend that way.
yeah, the body should not bend that way.
In general, yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness. But they still pulled, and they still look like a very dominant team,
Yeah.
even without the running game. I mean, well, the running back, because they
Yeah,
still
run
had a
back.
running game. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, throwing most of the time, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they're still dominant.
All in all, I'll just have to say that for me, and I agree with you, that the Cowboys, they're not frauds. They're a pretty dominant. They're a dominating team, and I stand on that hill along with you, brother. I stand on that hill.
Look at that roster. I
Yeah.
mean, look,
We're better than the Chiefs, and that's already been proven. Yeah, we're better than the Eagles. We proved that
you
too.
prove that too as well.
Yeah.
But you see, have you heard anything about the Eagles?
No,
Either.
only they're on the losing streak, and how people are disappointed that they let the Cowboys beat them. Oh, boo hoo, cry me a river.
I haven't heard anything either. Like the
Mm.
critics is all focused on the Cowboys.
Oh, but they won this last game. Oh, suddenly, the Eagles are back in it. Ooh, yes, yeah.
I think that's the toughest part about the playing the long game right now, which is the conservative game.
Yeah,
And I think that's a tough thing listening as a fan. All these things that are gonna happen are gonna be said.
yeah.
Of course, but you know what? We'll get the last laugh. We need to get the last laugh.
Although if it is true, if they're playing conservative, that's great. I hope that is true. Although it sucks that they're playing conservative, because as a fan, you want to see your team dominate. You want to see them win. Hopefully that is, and they're not losing because
I really do hope so too. I mean, that's just like I said. It's just what I can see.
As a fan, I agree with you. They're playing conservative.
Yeah,
because you want to keep them healthy, and because injuries. Like was it last season with that whole injuries when they played against the 49ers? That's what did them in.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe this season that's one reason
I don't
why.
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about the 49ers themselves?
Yeah, when they played that last year's, like I think it was the playoffs. Yeah,
the playoffs. Yeah, because they Purdy got hurt. And, and that ended that.
Yeah, and then Pollard got hurt, and yeah.
I mean, you have to protect. You have to do what's beneficial for the team in the long run. Mm-hmm. You already made it to the playoffs. I mean, you got to go ahead and protect your players.
Yeah, and when it comes to speaking of Pollard and all that, you can tell there's a missing ingredient there.
Yes, I will say, if we have something that we need to work on, what we need, we do need that hammer. We need that short yardage running. We need those goals, those first and goals. We need to be able to run it in there. We need to run it in there.
Yeah.
We're short and goal. We need to get those touchdowns.
Yeah,
we cannot let it keep on letting it happen. Yeah, look at how bad it cost us this past one. It cost us a fumble because he didn't get it in there.
Yeah, and it's true. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. People will probably disagree with me, or people probably will agree with me. Ezekiel Elliott should have not been released from the Dallas Cowboys.
No, I agree. He shouldn't. Look at how much he was adding to everything, to the whole mix. Look at, I mean, the 1 or 2 yards. People said 1 or 2 yards. He only gets you 1 or 2 yards. But you know what? Look at them now.
Hey, those are big important. Yards. Yeah. He drills in there, and you know what? And it's seen. His presence was known during that Patriots and Broncos game.
Oh yes, that was very interesting on them on that case. But I mean,
you could see it definitely. I'm all like, the Cowboys messed up releasing him. When I seen that, I'm like, they messed up releasing him. They messed up releasing him.
It's because he still had a lot, but a lot of people didn't see his worth, and unfortunately, Pollard was doing really good, but I think it all add to the success of Zeke too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even when you have let's say 8 and go.
Yeah.
And we're first down, we throw the ball instead of running. We should just ram it in there and just run the ball. Yeah. Why do we risk throwing the ball in 8 yards to go and go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There shouldn't be a reason. We should have a running game ready to go.
And it seemed like you're saying, like the end zone guy, like it's shown this season the problems we're having at the end zone. It's shown.
I agree what they try to do, adding the fullback, adding to try to be that hammer.
Yeah.
But they need to practice a lot more, because that fumble at that short of yards, it cannot happen. Yeah, that's a very, very, very error that can be easily fixed, needs to be fixed, and you're in the NFL. You're in the NFL.
Yeah,
Professional football league. Come on.
Yeah, hold on to the freaking ball.
Get it right.
Yes.
And you know what? Just to go ahead and go back on the conservatives, and if you go back and just add a little bit, just to give those, fans even hope that I am correct, and that's why I believe that we're playing conservative.
Yeah.
Even in last game, in this game, Dak's throws were very conservative in the way that he was making sure that those throws were not close to defender, so that way the receivers won't get hurt. He would throw the ball, and in some cases, even when there was a runner in the back, instead of throwing it to him to get some yardage, he threw it over because there is a defender ready right there. That was gonna be a pop. That was gonna be a pop. And you could see, if you go back and look at the the game plays and all that, he was being very conservative with throwing the ball back. Unfortunately, we could have cost him the errors, which is why he did what he did, probably in the throwing, at least. Not in the fumble. The throwing, he is trying to be more. He was trying to be more careful with his players. And that's the kind of stuff that points out to me that they are playing conservative. There's hope there.
There's hope. Don't give up. The season's still solid, guys.
Come on, believe in your boys.
Yes, believe in the boys. Yes. This Sunday, we're gonna show up. I feel we're gonna win this Sunday.
You know what? Like win or lose. What offers me the opportunities, like I said, I see that they're playing conservative, and they almost beat the Dolphins. The mistakes and the ref. I'm sorry. I don't
more
wanna,
refs.
I don't want to say it, and I want to keep saying it, but hey, you saw the game. The refs. They missed a lot of calls. And they put it on ours, holding on us all the time. But the other team never holds. But the opposing team never holds. Whatever. I think you can call holding on every single play. But you know what? I don't want to put the blame on him, but you know what? Even playing conservative, if we get the win, I think that it's something that we do need. We do need this win. I mean, even if if we lose it, it's fine. I'm okay with it still, because like I'm saying, I need them to prepare, and I want them to prepare for the playoffs. But do we need the win? Yeah, we do.
What's good is that we still have that playoff berth. We have that in the bag. We're one of the top teams. It kind of hurts seeing them go blink. I'm like, that did hurt as a fan.
It's because it's all in the math. It's all in. It's all there. The Eagles, even if we would have won all out, the Eagles had a better chance to win our division. Our division, and then the 49ers too, they would have won the conference. So I mean, it's better for us to be ready for the 49ers, because more than likely we look like we're probably gonna go head to head with them again. So you know what I mean. They're also doing their part to prepare. They're playing conservative. They set some guys down, and they're just trying to win as best as they can. They're not putting all their effort easily also. But they have an easier set of games these next couple of games than us. So
we'll find out this Sunday. So
it's gonna be a good game either way. We gotta show our support.
It's gonna be a slobber knocker, baby.
Gotta show our support, man.
Yes. Well, speaking of support, let's give a shout out to our sponsors before we move on to basketball. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics on all their social media platforms and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com. Go ahead.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville,
Texas.
Now, the NBA.
Tough week. A lot of losses in our teams, but you know what? Unfortunately, Mavericks went head with the Spurs, and Mavericks won.
It's like an older brother beating up on a little brother.
Come on, you gotta go easy on them, man. Tough. What was it? 144 to 119. Come on.
There's a lot of. Say uncle. Who owns Texas?
Talking about that wedgie with the
Lamb. Pretty much. It was like that wedgie with Lamb.
Oh man.
Even Coach Popovich is now complaining about the team.
Well, like I said last time,
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to salvage this year, they're gonna have to make changes, of course, and
Mhm.
that's that's given.
Yeah.
And it looks like they want to go that way because they. Yeah, what did he say
Oh,
exactly?
he was mad that he's seen the team is not effective in on the paint, especially when it comes to defense. I'm like, yo, you're the coach. You're the one who's showing them plays. If you see where the problem's at, address it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I can talk for days about this. I think I've talked to myself hoarse.
I couldn't agree with you more.
How ineffective they've been this whole season.
We both said it that
Yeah,
they need to attack more on the paint. I don't
Yeah.
know why they haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know why they. And like you said, he's the coach. I mean,
Mm.
what's the reason? You tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me why
Yeah.
isn't this being done?
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, I think one of the changes for sure would be change of players that he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he meant.
Uh-huh.
I guess we'll see what changes are yet to come.
Yeah.
Or what changes he's willing to make on his coaching. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe it's a different play style. I don't know.
Maybe it's a different play style now in the NBA that his style, people can see through it now. You know what I mean?
I mean, we talk about it in the NFL. I see it a lot more.
Mhm.
You know, coaching old ways of coaching, playing.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys are one of a good example of that. And then
Yeah.
you know, versus modern days. In this case, do you think he's playing old school basketball?
Yeah. It's a totally different game now. It's a totally different breed. You know, like I remember a couple of years back, it was all about the 3-pointers. It was all about the 3-point shooters, and the Golden State Warriors were one of those dominating teams that did that. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But maybe he should start taking notes, you know, then
Compromise.
compromise to find out who
he does have a young team. That's why he
that's another thing. Yes, but the same thing is no excuse. It's no excuse because there are a lot of other young teams out there in the NBA that are dominating as well,
and he's getting paid for it too.
Yeah. Now, like for the record, I'm not saying Popovich should take notes because that's at the same time the man has brought championships to San Antonio.
I mean,
the record, I'm not hitting on Pop. No. Matter of fact, I have respect for Coach Popovich.
I guess adapting would be the word.
Adapting or think of a new strategies to hopefully dominate, you know, the NBA and bring back the Spurs to where they were at.
Something's got to give, I guess. Something's got to change. Something's got to.
Yeah, something's definitely got to change because they trending by 30, losing by 30 points each game. It's kind of disheartening, especially to the players.
And they're on another losing streak.
Yeah, like Victor, like I said, always have nothing but great things to say about that guy. Always dominating and all that, especially carrying the team. He carries the team. But at the same time, I feel like he's not enjoying it as much because his team is lost. The loss.
Well, I mean, winning is part of that fun. I mean, you win.
Yeah.
It's tough when you're losing and on top of that, streaks. Of losing. Like I mean, one game.
Yeah.
How many overall? I don't know how many games already. 20 some already going.
They're 4-25.
I mean, the 18 losing streak was the last one.
Yeah.
Now I think they're on the fourth with losing streak.
Well, hopefully tonight when they face against the Trailblazers, it's a different story. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have two chances today and tomorrow.
No, hopefully it's a back-to-back win. So when that one time way back when the season started, when they went up against the Suns, that team. Oh, I hope that team shows up tonight because they won. Yeah, the first game they won by the skin of their teeth, but you know what? They won.
They won.
And they
one way or another.
And they showed heart and grit. I don't know what happened with the switch that it was switched off. I don't know. Some fans are saying it's a tanking season. It's not a tanking season. Something's just off.
There's always room to learn and to go ahead and. I mean, a loss, yes, it's tough, but you know you can learn from a lot from it, a lot from things. And you know what? Even if they do lose tonight, they need to learn, like I said, from it. See what their weakness is and play them tomorrow better. Even with a better strategy, with a strategy and attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I guess start with it attack the paint.
Yeah. Well. When it comes to another great Texas team. Let's go. Let's move on to something a little bit more happier.
Yeah, let's go. All right, all right.
the trashing on the Spurs.
I want no. I mean, that's one thing. We love the Spurs. We love the Spurs. We love it, but
hey, Texas
I mean,
team, we love the Spurs.
we love. That's why we're telling you this.
Yeah,
because it comes from the heart.
Because we're also sharing probably other frustrations along with our
heart.
friends as well. Yes,
it comes straight from the heart.
Yes,
we want to see you win.
You want to see you win. Yeah, make Texas proud. We want to see you win. But Dallas Mavericks, holy guacamole, did they dominate? Yeah.
Yes, I mean, they had a tough week too, but you know what? They have a good winning record. They're doing really good. Getting inconsistent, but
yeah, but you know what? Very consistent, but they're showing they're a tough Texas team.
Luka just
yeah.
Amazing.
Nothing but great things.
What can I say? I mean, I mean, that guy is just greatness. That guy's greatness. I mean, imagine Victor and Luca together, man.
Right.
Dream team.
Yeah, but they're end up trading them there. Hopefully not.
I hope not.
Hopefully not.
Each team needs them. Each team needs them. Each team needs them. But yeah, you know what? In my 2K.
Hey, speaking of 2K, hey, how about the Rockets?
The Rockets are doing good.
They're riding on the trails of being another dominating basketball team right next to the Mavericks.
Yes, no. They're both great teams. I mean, they had also a tough 2-game loss, but they also won. They won last week on the 23rd. Against the Pelicans.
Yeah.
The Pelicans. Yes, I mean, they're dominant. Also, very more effective. They're, I think, a little bit more consistent than the Mavericks. In kind of knowing how they're gonna do,
especially in offense and defense. Like they've been more effective on the paint than they have these past games, and I'm happy to say that. Tomorrow they play against who do the Rockets play against?
The 76ers.
76ers. Oh, well, that's gonna be a great game.
That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
But I really do think that they'll take it. They'll take it. I mean, there's a little bit on the 70. No, actually, on the 76ers side, but the Rockets, I feel like they've been doing so well, and they can go ahead and take this.
But defensive side, we got them beat.
Yes.
On defense, we got the 76ers beat, and I feel that's going to lead to a victory against Philadelphia.
Those rebounds, all those steals, I mean, things like that. It's a great way to succeed and get those points. Just focus on just getting those steals, getting those rebounds, and going to attack the paint.
Yeah.
Like they've been doing. I mean, they've been doing really good.
They've been doing real well about attacking the paint.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to that game tomorrow. Actually.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game.
It's gonna be a great game. Yeah. We should watch it. Yeah. Actually, we'll probably watch it.
Oh yeah, of course. Always support your teams, Texas teams.
Yeah.
Especially
especially the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. You got to support the Valley teams.
Also, very yes. Let's not forget the Vipers.
Yes.
Still a great team. I mean, they've been having also a tough time, but they've been getting out a little bit inconsistent. But
either way, they're still showing what the RGB is all about. Definitely.
Exactly. They're pride and joy.
Yes, exactly. Very proud. And if you ever get a chance to go see the RGB Vipers, we highly recommend it because it's a spectacle and it's an awesome game. Each game.
Great. It's a great way to spend the night. Go on a date. Do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Supporting our Vipers is great.
Or going out with the boys, having exactly. Yeah.
They have a lot of good snacks. Their food's great.
No, definitely.
The food's also really great. From experience.
Yes, we know that from experience, guys. Now, before we move on to our final segment of today's show, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make Apogee Comics your next read. Visit all Apogee Comics on all their social media platforms and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Now, America's pastime. Haven't talked about this for a while.
Time to get back
the MLB,
saddle.
Oh yeah, oof. Even though it's cold, I'm still boom. In the mood to hit some dingers. With 90 days in the countdown, some moves are finally being made in the dugouts.
Oh, what moves? What moves are we talking about here?
Well, moves for a certain team. one team that isn't making any moves, and that's how confident. And I believe they deserve that confidence, especially after this last World Series, are the
Oh,
Texas Rangers. I was reading an article, and I actually happen to agree as well too, that their lineup hasn't pretty much changed at all, and everyone's coming back, and they're staying confident and consistent because they feel that they could dominate and bring it back. Very confident, I might add. Very confident. Man, they might be able to do it again.
I mean, it worked this season. You know what I mean?
It did work. Yeah,
It
so
did
like,
work. Something good. Something clicked. Something worked.
It ain't broken. Don't fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess they took that saying to like right to all everything they're doing, because you know what I mean. It's still a lot of work to keep all their players too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially the money caps or whatnot.
Exactly.
Although then again, baseball doesn't have any money caps, so.
Wow.
That's the great thing about
I did not know that.
Yeah. But there's a problem with that. Without making any other changes, other teams can see, what their strong traits are and to
Weaknesses.
Yeah.
What the weaknesses and strengths were.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
And a team in Texas, the other team that's making changes are the Houston Astros.
Of course.
Yeah, we're freaking making changes, and I honestly feel that it's very great. And especially right now, they have a problem with finding a relief pitcher.
It looked like they needed to work on that area, considering last season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it ended and everything. But what changes did they?
Well, there's some free agents that I feel that they should focus on. There's one in particular. He plays with the San Diego Project. Josh Hader. That guy has been dominating, and I feel his talents are wasted in San Diego.
You think
with 85 pitches within 56 innings, that shows
impressive.
Something. That's impressive. That's very impressive. But the only problem is the money he's asking for. Yeah, it's a very big contract. Not as big as Shohei Ohtani. Hopefully, I pronounced that name right.
In your opinion, though, that I guess as you know, in your opinion, is it worth it?
I would have to say, yeah.
It'd be worth it?
Yeah. But negotiate, come to a middle ground. Yeah. I feel if they can, I think he'll be a great addition next to Presley.
Well, let me tell you, I mean, he's not just coming to any other team. You know, it's the Houston Astros on top of everything. I mean, not because they're a Texas team, but he'll be going into a team that's ready to go ahead and more than likely be on the World Series again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead and be already ready to go, and one of the top teams, I would say.
Yeah.
So I mean, that should alleviate some of the cap or some room to wiggle.
Yeah. They could do that. But hopefully it works in that favor. But I know that the upper management, those of the Astro organization, they're focusing. They're looking for some, and I feel they're gonna get some guys with some cannons. That's for sure.
But you would like to see.
I would like to see. I would like to see him there. Yeah. I would like to see him there. I'm not saying he's a.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. No. I'm saying as a free agent. Hey, if that guy can show up. I'm not complaining.
Houston Astros management team. Are you hearing this?
Yeah.
Look that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, you know what? Like you said, I mean, it sounds like it would be a good plan. Let's see what they do. They decide.
Yeah.
Still got a long ways to go either way.
Yeah, definitely. Well, before we go on to our final award show. Let's give one more shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make Apogee Comics your next read. Visit Apogee Comics on all their social media platforms and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street and Brownsville. Now, Welcome to our award show. If you're just joining us, a little segment we like to call Ponte Pilas, and ese es mi hijo. And in this segment, we like to award the team that's been very disappointing and very dominating this week. And for the Ponte Pilas award goes to sadly the Dallas Cowboys.
We're giving the Spurs a break.
Yeah, we're gonna Spurs a break. The Spurs fans were like, "Well, finally we did.
we get this award."
Like, well, finally, I don't know whether to feel disappointed or happy.
And the reason, even though they're like I said, it's our opinion that they're playing conservative.
Yeah,
it's for the errors that they made.
Yeah,
ridiculous
while
errors.
playing conservative. Yeah,
it's okay to play conservative. Don't make mistakes though.
Yeah.
Don't make those mistakes.
Not especially
they don't
mistakes.
help the situation.
Yeah.
So I think that they deserve it this week.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. But hopefully this Sunday, I sound like a broken record, but I don't care.
Redemption.
Redemption, finally.
Hopefully they get it.
Yeah. And the Esos Mijo Award for this episode goes to the Dallas Mavericks.
All right.
Yeah.
Although they're inconsistent, but they've been a dominating team.
Especially after the beatdown they gave San Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, go figure. San Antonio got mentioned either way.
Yeah, there you go. We're giving you a break.
Yeah. With that 119-149 record.
Oh,
that was hurtful. That was hurtful. Yeah.
But I mean, you know what? You can't blame the Mavericks. They tried. I mean, you know what? You're dominating.
Yeah, you're dominating. Yeah.
They're gonna go, and I feel like they're gonna go a big distance. I mean, the Houston Rockets are also doing very great. Yeah. They're right behind the Mavericks.
But I feel that both teams, the Houston Rockets and the Dallas Mavericks, especially the Dallas Mavericks, they're playoff bound.
No,
straight up,
for sure.
And when they go up against the Timberwolves, it's gonna show. It's gonna show there. It's gonna definitely show there that the Mavericks are a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna be a great game.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a great game. Yeah.
It will show a lot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, guys, that's about wraps up our show. Thank you for joining us once again. I'm Rene Garza Jr.
and I'm Freddie Guevara,
and we'll see you at the next tailgate.
And a happy New Year's.
Oh.